All right, guys, what's going on? How's everyone doing today? This is Johnny. It is my Monday morning at 9:30. We had a big weekend of boxing, a big 6 days of boxing. So this live stream, I'm gonna start the first 10 minutes, first 5 to 10 minutes off, just like what the thumbnail says. We're gonna recap the last week that was in boxing. We're gonna talk about our wins. We're gonna talk about one loss. We had one loss, so let's talk about that first. I like talking about our losses first. It's funny. I hit everything this week. This was the best, most lucrative 7 days I've had in 2025. So we're going to roll this over into 2026. I've been chin down, so focused, locked in with the boxing stuff. By yesterday's card in Ghana, I was burned out. The one loss happened in the UK. It was the Simpson versus Troy Williamson fight. It's the only fight I lost since last Wednesday in Japan. So yeah, I hit 16 out of 16 picks, method of victories, money lines, and the only one I missed on, like I said, was bad read on Callum Simpson to stop Troy. It was a back and forth fight. Callum faded. Troy won by late stoppage. So hats off to Troy, a veteran that I didn't think I thought he didn't have any more in the tank. So you can't get them all right. And funny enough, you guys in the Discord, after winning for 5 straight days in a row, of course I was getting messaged about the one fight I missed. I don't understand sometimes, but those are the breaks. I expect it. I know the game that I play. I know the game that we're in. Even if you go 100%, people are going to find something to say. Either way, I appreciate everyone here. If you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. This past weekend, we had we went past the milestone, 27,000 subs on YouTube, which is crazy. This is just me talking about my favorite sport. We're at 27K now. I put a lot into this. I treat this like a second. I put as much time into this that I do for my fitness business. I work for myself. You guys know that. So I put my third book on hold in late 2025 to focus a little more on this. Just to let you know, I have published 2 books. I have a third one I've already written, and it's in the editing process, but I put it on hold. I'll probably release that late 2026. All in all, let's do some recapping. We're going to start in, this is our week that was. Guys, join the Discord. The link is pinned. Joining the Discord, it's a couple bucks a month, which is nothing. I sell the Discord on the community. Remember that. Whether I go 20 for 20, I don't sell the Discord as you get my picks. I just want everybody to know that. The Discord's about building a community. We're at about 330, Johnny says in there now. So that's awesome as well. We only started the Discord 4 months ago, 330 of the boys. I think there's a few girls. Go over our hits. Okay. So this is how we started the week. This was last Thursday in Japan. We hit a plus 829. I gave you that, guys. This 100 would have got you your money back plus 829 bucks. Princess Alascuaga at $1.49 by knockout. Renee Santiago to beat Takami. I mean, who else is giving you money? Like, come on, dude. Look what we're doing here. Free money. And then Tsutsumi to beat Donaire. That's one ticket. So that's one we hit. It's a crazy ticket. We rolled that down with my dog of the week. This seems like it was a month ago. This is just this past week. This is 3 days ago. Our dog of the week hit Renee Santiago at plus 380 to beat Takami. That's 2. These are separate tickets. And then we had that sneaky dollar. This card took place in the UK as well on Thursday morning. This was plus 362. I gave you Buttigieg at $1.08. I gave you Hedges on points at $1.77. And I gave you George Fasoli on points when all you boys were saying he was going to win by knockout. Ask and thou shalt receive. We got George on points at plus 142. This ticket played 362. 100 would have got you your money back plus 362 bucks. That's 3 in a row. This takes us to Pro Box. Killing the game. Pro Box was insane. This week, guys, by the time we got to Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, I was so burned out. So this is already our 4th card. This is Pro Box. We hit a plus 280. I told you guys there weren't going to be many upsets. There'll be one upset. Nobody listened. I gave you this one as well. Marlon Harrington stopped Brian Polacco. First round knockout. He was a $3, so 2-1. We put Harrington, Williams, Conceição, and Cardenas. 100 got us our money back. Plus 280. We're in the thousands now on our first 3 tickets. The weekend was crazy for me. So this was up until Pro Box. We hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to talk about this card. Forgot about this one. This was $1.51. This was our 5th ticket we hit in a row. They were just favorites. This was a 51% return rate. 1,000 would have got you 500. 100 would have got you 50. That came through. And we're still not even at the weekend yet. It was crazy. I hit a plus 800 in the NFL. This was the Rams game versus Seattle. Plus 800. This was right after we hit all of these. The heater is freaking ridiculous, mate. Sometimes I gotta laugh. That's the NFL there. 10-legger. I told you we hit 27K, 27,000 subs, so I thank you. This was the Jake Paul card. Let's go. I mean, what are we doing? This is freaking crazy. Guys, of all these that hit, I missed one fight, and you fools bring up the one fight. You guys are beasts. Thank you. So Jamal Harvey on points. The Olympian, his 2nd pro fight. I told you, take him on points. He's not going to beat a really tough. I mean, I think the kid was Colombian. He was 5-0 with 5 knockouts. This was a 6-rounder. Easy to see here. Plus, so you take Jamal Harvey on points, 335. Anderson Silva, money line, $1.41. Bumgarner on the money line. And then Anthony Joshua to have 2+ knockdowns. You put that on a parlay, 10-1 odds. The fun doesn't stop there. So by this time, I'm freaking burned out. It's Christmas. I had been up for 4 straight days with boxing with you savages. And this was the Ghana card. So after the Anthony Joshua card, I told everybody in the Discord, I'm out. I was like, I'm not featuring any more fights, but that doesn't mean I didn't bet. So before I went to bed, I put a little 5-legger on the Ghana card. I didn't put this up anywhere. It just hit. I don't sell my Discord to say, hey, you guys have access to my betting app. It's a community. I'm just letting you know this is what I do. And I've been posting my bets for 5 years before you guys even found my channel. Just to let you know, this is what I do. I'm not new to the game. I'm just new to doing these live streams, and you guys just found out about me. I've been betting on boxing and betting on sports since I was 10 years old. I'll be 44 in April. This is literally what I do. So this was Ghana. Diallo at $1.50. Elliot Will fought in the UK. Elliot Will was supposed to fight our boy, but our boy got food poisoning. So late notice. That's easy money, $1.09. Theo Alate. This is one of the funnest fights of the weekend. Rakanel versus Alati. Alati was a 221. We got lucky, I think, with the Jonathan Tete fight. That was a hard fight. And then Craig Richards. So that's another one. 100, whatever your unit is, plus 759. And this is what leads me to right now. And now we are all caught up. 10 minutes in. It was a massive weekend. Hopefully you tailed some of my bets. Hopefully you won. Hopefully you're having fun. If you're in the Discord, hopefully you're meeting some like-minded people. and we could turn the page. We have a lot of fights this week. We have the Japanese card. We have Inoue. We have Nakatani. Inoue's fighting Picasso. Inoue just gave an interview today talking about how he wants to beat Bam. He says he would knock out Bam. He said he would stop Bam. So there's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna be uploading the Inoue Picasso breakdown. I'm gonna be doing my Stats Stone live video on Nakatani, and there's the third fight as well. So we got a lot to talk about. You didn't see any of them slips because you're not in the Discord, homie. You gotta pay to play. Santiago, my decision was sweet. Thanks, Sean. I broke my illusion. I just joined the Discord. Appreciate you. Magic Kush, what a great name. We're gonna pull up the odds real quick. Yoka, I didn't bet on. Did you? I didn't even bet on this card, guys. I was so burned out. Yoka and Okale, I was like, I can't do 6 days in a row. I don't have the stamina to watch another African card. So as you can tell, I'm exhausted. It's my Monday, 9:42 a.m. I'm beat. It's been so busy. I'm gonna pull up the sports bet odds real quick. All right, so we're all caught up. We're all caught up. This is the current odds. You guys didn't even ask me about Jake Paul. You didn't even ask me about my takes on Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. All right. So right now we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 fights. Willibaldo Garcia Perez is fighting against Taraji. Guys, look at us. We're already thinking. Are we already looking at dogs? Are we already looking at dogs? I'm so tired. I'm exhausted, boys. I need a reset. Look at this shit. Cats are already talking about dogs of the week. I ain't even lying to you. I was looking at Alvarado too on the down low. I was like, shit. I need to watch a little bit more of Alvarado versus Ibuki. That might be on the upset alert. And I like Willibaldo Garcia Perez. And Taraji, he might be on upset alert. So we'll see. But I definitely like Junto and Inoue. It's just going to come down to Junto and Inoue. Will we get books on stoppages, over and under props? Stay tuned to the channel for all that. I'm going to start saying some what's ups. The King is in the house. The King! Johnny, you need to send your whole betting books. I'm really angry with you, buddy. Some people in Discord. I know, bro. Thanks for having my back. I appreciate you, King. In the Discord, isn't that crazy, dude? They think that you guys, some of the boys are insane. Appreciate you having my back, King. Bruh, did you see Andrew Tate? I saw what happened, but I didn't watch it. You guys have asked me over the last, we'll say, couple years. And look, I know it's a different generation. Don't get offended what I'm about to say. I've never watched one video of Andrew Tate. I know who he is. I don't like him. I don't dislike him. But at this stage of the game as a man, I don't watch motivational videos. I don't need another dude to tell me. Like, I know I'm a man. I'm a leader. I'm a coach. I'm an author. You know what I'm saying? I'm a teacher. I don't look up to dudes. No offense. So, but over the last few years, people in my, that are in my network that have my personal phone number, like my boys, have messaged me randomly. They have young sons. They're like, do you know who this dude is? Is he a real fighter? And I go, no, he's not a real fighter. This dude was an IKSA kickboxer, which is like, when I say real fighter, I mean a legit boxer, somebody who's fought at a high level. Because I guess he was claiming he was a high level striker or something. I watched one fight and he was doing like point. He came up doing point fighting, which is like stop, restart, stop, reset. Kind of like, not I grew up in boxing gyms. So when I see that sort of shit, I'm like, this dude, not a real fighter. So but anyway, I know that he fought another dude, like a football player, and I didn't watch it. I saw highlights. It looked exactly what I thought it would look like. Why wouldn't he just do his point fighting system? Why do these guys want to box? You know what I mean? Like, Andrew Tate, you're a point fighter, like a karate sort of fighter. Fight that dude in that sport. Why is it? You know what's happening, and this is the good side. People, because people talk about the downside of the Jake Paul circus, the Andrew Tate circus, but the upside for us, from guys who train, you know, guys who box still, who have boxed before. We have professional boxers in here. We have professional coaches in here. Coach Bermudez is one of them. It makes us look even better because it shows the casuals how hard it is and how skilled of a sport boxing is. You can't just come off the streets and not really put your whole life into it, or at least your blood, sweat, and tears for even a period of time, and expect to look good. The highlights I saw of that Chase kid versus Tate, they made uh, you know Anderson Silva versus Tyron Woodley look like Terrence Crawford versus Canelo. You know what I mean? And then you had Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Look, I'm not I don't give any credit to Jake Paul. I'm sorry. I'm not one of these guys that are going to say, well, at least he got in there. No, what you got to see that was on full display was a true blue textbook narcissist. You got to see a true blue textbook sociopath. This guy doesn't he literally thought he was going to be able to do what he wanted to do against Anthony Joshua. And what I'm upset at is for Jake Paul's mother. I feel bad for his father. And you guys could talk about the 90 million. I don't give a shit about money. Though, I've said this before on my live streams. We're all gonna die. And if money, if the rich, wealthy ones, if when I was coming up, if the rich boys or if the millionaires or the billionaires, if they got to live forever, or if there was some sort of hierarchy of life expectancy or a different level of opportunity to live, like because money got you there, then that would bother me. But we're all here for a short period of time. So morality matters, ethics matter, how you go about your business matters. Why I feel bad for Jake Paul's mother, father, the people who love him, and even Jake, is because that one shot, that shot that AJ landed will change the trajectory of his life. I don't give a shit what you say. I don't care about the $90 million. I have friends who have brain damage from boxing. I know a guy who passed away from boxing. I've met two dudes, who were like high level fighters who died in the boxing ring. I know, and you guys know, stories of famous fighters who've never been the same, who were paralyzed, and you know how one punch could change everything. The idea that you would mock our sport for years and showboat and then sell this idea to a whole new category of fans that you guys call casuals into thinking that, well, at least he got paid or at least he brought eyes to the sport. I don't give a shit about that. None of that matters to me. What I care about is the sport itself, the ethics of the sweet science, a sport that was introduced to me right when I was first learning to speak and crawl and walk. From a young age, you don't take shots like that. He could do videos and his jaw had to get wired shut, and he'll never be the same. I don't care what $90 million does. We'll talk to Jake in 20 years. His brain will never be the same. He should not be taking that shot. The weight class is something, dude. Anthony Joshua, a 6'6" savage, still in his prime physically as a man. Maybe not in his prime as a world level heavyweight fighter, but he's definitely in the prime as a man. And the fact that you would put our sport on show like that and prostitute our sport, put it on Netflix for the sake of us $90 million, and you get your jaw broken, enjoy the straw. That's what I said. I was like, have fun drinking out the straw because that was it was coming. That's a consequence of our sport. You don't play boxing. The snappage of the jaw in a couple of different places, and I thought Anthony took it easy on him. And then the ring, 22 and a half, it was a shit show. And people, think about all the fighters that you guys have never heard of who fought their whole life, trained their whole life, put everything into it, who never got an opportunity because, they didn't know people, they were poor, they didn't have social media, and they were good enough to get a chance, but they never got a chance, and that's fine. But yeah, I don't say at least he did it. He was courageous. I call him an idiot. Enjoy the straw that you're drinking out of, and hopefully we could put an end to legit ass fighters losing spots or losing sort of slots on prime time or streaming networks when it could have been a real fighter that could have been set up rather than this kid who just doesn't take our sport serious. I don't respect that at all. But end rant. We got some super chats in the house. Just found out about you because the UFC is on break. Appreciate you, man. Join the channel. I appreciate the super chat. Let's come hit our Discord up, bro. We got MMA in the Discord. It's not just boxing. The Discord's a couple bucks a month. We feature MMA, boxing, NHL, NFL, NBA. We have we started an off-topic chat in the Discord because we're at about 330 boys now in there, and you guys nobody's perfect, and we're all learning together. King of Fitness, appreciate the $20 super chat. Merry Christmas. Thanks for everything. Blessings to you. Appreciate you, man. That means a lot to me. This is why we do it. Community and family. Appreciate you. Anderson Silva, Mega. Oh, dude, Mike, the ankle tap, with the uppercut. Unks, we up. I play Chase Montreal. Yeah, he's athlete. Oh, so King of Fitness is a professional American football player. He says I played with Chase in Montreal, and the CFL dude is annoying as hell, weirdo. Yeah, he doesn't seem like a guy that I'd like to hang out with. So what Manny's talking about is this wrestling, grappling. Like I watched it, Yoel Romero and Pat Downey, legit top of the food chain grappler wrestler, and Yoel Romero, mate. I mean, these are the guys we want to talk about. Jesus, 48 unks, we up. Or how about Andrei Arlovsky? Let me pull something up for the boys. We'll see if it's still up. I did a little bit of a breakdown. Craig Richards, man. Shout out to Craig Richards. Now I got to go to YouTube to find it. I did a video featuring this. They're talking about Andrei Arlovsky, Hocek, and some of these streamers. How funny of how, here we go. Florida, Jack Doherty. He's hiding behind his big homie. You see the Unks versus Soy Boys. The dude in the blue is a Soy Boy from Florida, Jack Doherty. He's hiding behind his big homie. You see the guy in the brown. That's Andrei Arlovsky, the winningest fighter in UFC heavyweight history, former heavyweight champion. He takes out a whole crew of broccoli-headed Soy Boy YouTube streamers. Unk, we up again. There's Broccoli Team Soy right there yelling, hiding behind grown men. These dudes are allegedly men, but they're acting like boys, and they got ho-checked and punked by one grown-ass unk. Unks, we up. I remember watching Andrei Arlovsky. The first time he got cut from the UFC, I think in 2004, he ended up fighting my boy Rumble Johnson. I was friends with Rumble. Rest in peace, Rumble. One of the saddest days in my recent adult life over the last 5 years was when Rumble passed. But I remember when Rumble fought Arlovsky, I thought Arlovsky was done. This would have been in like 2000. I could easily bring it up, but I don't want to use Google here. I lived in Vegas from 2011 to 2013. I think it was probably 2007 or 8 when Rumble fought Arlovsky. And then Arlovsky went on a run and then got re-signed by the UFC and had a whole nother career. And I'm like, dude, the longevity in this guy. And to think that, these young bucks, these are just young bucks, man. They're going to learn. They're going to learn today. These young bucks going to learn today, boy. You can't be messing with some of these old head unks, especially at fights. I went to the fights Wednesday night in Sydney. Shout out if any of the boys are on the stream. I ran into a bunch of fighters. Dude, if you should when you go to fights, you should be having fun at the fights. It's a bunch like I love going to the boxing fights because these are my people. It's like an adult sort of like Toys R Us for me. I've never once even came close to getting into a fight at fights. It's all family. So to think that these dudes are walking around with attitudes and it's just hilarious to me. I'm glad. I wish Orlovsky would have landed that right hand. He missed on the right hand. He threw the jab and then missed on it. But and then he threw the kick. The kick might have grazed the head too. Mike from Melbourne, ridiculous. Paul didn't get a warning for holding. Oh, bro. I mean, we could talk a lot about that fight. He ran the whole time. He went for like a single and a couple doubles. Warning for holding on the floor. Do you know when anyway Nakatani would happen? Should all go? Yeah. So both boys fight this weekend. You know that. And then I was hearing as early as February. I could be wrong. We'll have to see. May. Okay. February, March, April, May. May would make more sense. Somebody tweeted that it was going to happen quick. May does make way more sense than Feb. I heard that they were trying behind the scenes trying to stack this late February card with a bunch of names on it, but I think Eddie's timeline sounds way more accurate for an Inoue Nakatani fight to happen in May. Chapatai just broke dude's neck. Yeah, bro. So this is what I said in a comment. This is what I said in a comment about the Jake Paul thing. I was like, Anthony Joshua broke his jaw. I was like, but if Jake, you get in there with, a Moses Ituama, like a heavyweight in their prime, and Moses even in his prime yet, or Jai, a cruiser in his prime, Jai would send him like, he might not that backhand that landed. Man, people like I don't think Paul will ever be the same here. There's certain punches you don't just take a shot like that from a guy like AJ. I wouldn't take that for not like 90 million. I mean, I don't give a shit. I love my life. I'm a simple man. I have everything that I need. I live my life like the creed of there's nothing external that I need that I don't have. So the idea that I would risk my mind like for the sake of recklessly for years undermining our sport, mate, I have zero sympathy. I give that dude zero flowers. Hopefully he disappears from our sport. And he's the worst thing about Jake Paul for me is he's a Northeast Ohio kid. He grew up like 40 minutes from me. And usually I'm a loyalist. There's certain way you carry yourself. I don't like how he carries himself. AJ broke his jaw. I guarantee he won't ever. First I thought he had balls. He doesn't have balls. He ran the whole time. He was a hoe. Christian Vargas was cracking. First I thought he had balls for going in there, but started running. He didn't try to. Nah, we saw what he did. He tried to make it a shit show. Okay. So I could even push back on this. The positive side is Jake is showcasing all them female fighters, but he's doing this. And I did a video a couple months ago and read about what sports washing is. Sports washing is what the Germans did in World War II in the 1936 Olympics in Munich when Jesse Owens from Columbus, Ohio, won the gold medals and, the famous Hitler, they took all the propaganda down. The world acted like they didn't know what was going on in Germany. And Germany used sports to distract and as a disguise of what was really happening. The Saudis are currently doing it as well with all the money they recently put into golf, all the money they put into, boxing, obviously. But it's not just boxing and golf, F1 and, behind the scenes of any sort of, I don't want to use like hotbed political talking points, but that's called sports washing. It's a term that's been around since the ancient Olympics in, the Colosseum days, right? You use sports as a disguise to distract the people of what's going on. Jake Paul has used he's been getting, think about the wealth. And of course, he has been platforming women, which is great, but you think he likes women's boxing? You think that his passion is to help women? No. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I could also do this, and then if I'm doing this, this will take a little bit of give me a little bit more credibility on this. So you just got to look behind the curtain. Um, I'm old. Just call me a hater. I don't care. You can tell you learned a lot from sparring Shakur. He ran around. You taking shots at Shakur? We gonna see Shakur versus Teo. Who you got? Jake must have no brain in his head. Tirado. This is what I'm talking about. I heard Jake give an interview a couple years ago saying he had signs of CTE. It was tough to watch. His parents love him. He comes from a good home. Like his people love him. I'm sure he has somebody who cares about him, like a love. I don't know if he's married or not, but you're never, dude, taking a shot. That was right on the fucking button. Anthony Joshua measured him up, had him fucking in perfect shot. You're not the same after that shot. Even like 4 years from now when he's eating a steak, he'll never be the same. It's just like a, if you ever watch a watchmaker make watches, it's a weird hobby I used to have, going on YouTube and watching these watchmakers make watches, how like intricate the design and the machinery is. It's just like looking at like a knee recon or an elbow, any sort of joint surgery, the jaw, once it's shattered and once you have to go in there surgically repairing it, it's never the same. I'm talking pain in the cheek, pain in the eye, pain in the ear, sleeping, headaches. Like, all right, you got 90 million, sweet. What's the tax? The kid's already generational wealthy. I mean, it comes to the point of wanting to ego. I'm not a big fan of ego. Like guys who say, I'm the greatest in the world. I'm an expert at everything. I'm the best fighter in the world. It's like, bro, you could say I just don't jive with people like that. I don't really like fucking with people who have to say that. If you're good, if you're great, let the people say that about you. You know what I'm saying? Like Jake Paul trying to say things like that. Like with any athlete, like you never heard Ken Griffey Jr. ever say he was the greatest home run hitter in his era. Why? Because everybody else said he was the greatest home run hitter in his era. You never see Ferrari making car ads, Lamborghini making car ads. At least they didn't used to. Why? Because their product speak for itself. People who would buy them. So it's that sort of thing. The cats who run off ego and narcissism, it's just not my bag. I don't really fuck with people like that. What did DK do? YTB, listen to you. I hit Avius. Appreciate you. That's another one. Avius Griffin, mate. Thank you for reminding me. There's a lot of them. Boy, I hit every pick this week except one. And in the Discord, I got messaged in the Discord by 3 dudes. Johnny, what the fuck happened, man? What the fuck happened with Callum Simpson? I'm like, bitch, I gave you 17 picks in a row. What are you talking about? I'm not a fucking, I can't read the future. What did DK do? DK did what? What am I missing? I got the DK dumb. Them Lion fans love rattling you. Everyone in boxing fights so true. I know, Eddie. They love Eddie. If ever you're down in Sydney, brother, or whenever I'm going back to America, guys, in March to see my family. Like hypothetically, if we're ever all in the same boxing match, like at a fight, Eddie's right. It's all love, dudes. I always tell my girl because I went to the fights on Wednesday in Sydney, the Tim Tszyu fight. I went by myself, and she was like, "You're gonna go by yourself again?" I was like, dude. These are my people." I was like, I will go, like, going to boxing matches by myself is one of my favorite things to do. Paul Tate, who you got? Oh, Jake Paul would starch that dude. I mean, I watch it. Uh, Andrew Tate's not a fighter. You could see, like, at least Jake Paul. Jake has 5 years of boxing experience, and what I saw from Andrew Tate, that dude is not a fighter. I think that dude, even though Jake got his jaw rewired and his face rearranged, I think Andrew Tate's brand took a beating this weekend. I think Jake Paul's brand's fine. Jake's brand probably is elevated, even with taking a beating. But Andrew Tate I don't know shit about Tate, so guys, pull me up on this. But doesn't Andrew Tate position himself as I didn't grow up with a culture. I didn't and I played. I was our quarterback. Played college baseball. Was our point guard. I played sports my whole life. Grew up in a boxing gyms. I didn't grow up in an era where guys, we called each other alphas. We didn't use these words. You know what I'm saying? So isn't Andrew Tate a guy who calls himself an alpha? And then when I'm watching this kid fight, I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, my two sisters, well, I have three of them, but my two older ones, Suzanne and Shauna, they could fight. Suzanne used to beat up dudes. She was 3 years older than me. When I was 10, and there was like a couple 14-year-olds in my hometown. They would try to jump me. Suzanne would beat both of them up. So like my two older sisters got hands. Andrew Tate doesn't have hands. He like just watching how he reacts, and Jake Paul would destroy that dude in a boxing match. Jake Paul would destroy that dude. It's crazy how he did he tell does Andrew Tate position himself as a fighter though? Like I told you, if you guys are just catching the stream late, um, a couple of my buddies over the last few years have sent me like, Johnny, is this dude legit? And it was sent me, and I guess if you Google Andrew Tate's Wikipedia, it says he was like a champion kickboxer, but he was doing ISKA, and this was in like the early 2000s, international, like I think karate, I think like point, and in karate they're not even punching, they're not even allowed to punch from the chest up. So I don't understand why Andrew Tate would take that boxing match because he looked horrible. I watched like a minute of it, and that dude he was fighting, both of my sisters would have starched that dude. The dude who beat him was horrible. It's insane. So punched a fan. That is crazy. Is this is DK? Let me bring it up. What the fuck? What are these cats doing out here? DK Metcalf punches fan, face is likely NFL suspension. What are these cats doing? Hold up and look. Why are fans so close to the players though? I mean, this isn't the Malice at the Palace. This isn't like a basketball arena. This isn't a football stadium. This is in Detroit, right at the Dome. What was he going into the tunnel? The Steelers are in Michigan Ford Field facing the Lions. Pivotal game with playoff implications. Both teams with 2 games left to play. Both teams 8-6. Unfortunately, DK Metcalf just reduced the Steelers' chances. That's because Metcalf was captured on CBS cameras speaking closely with a fan in the front row of the stands. It didn't take long for Metcalf to turn the conversation physical, taking a swipe. Let's see it. Let's go. I mean, that wasn't that bad.
And that had mixing it up with someone in the stands. Oh my God.
That ain't that bad. Man, come on. He's going to get suspended for that. That ain't shit. All right, he pulls him down. Oh, man. So where I come from, that's called getting, you got punked or you got hoe checked. See, culture, we got to stop being so fucking soft. Where I come from, if somebody's out of line, you hoe check them. Like, it's okay to get hoe checked. You could get hoe checked by your pops back in the day. Dude, you speak out of line back in the day in front of your boys. You're 14, you come home maybe from the club, the dance club, the under 18s, and your boys are hype. And your pops is there waiting. Maybe it's a little too late, and all the boys, you come back to the garage maybe to shoot the shit, and you're hype around your boys all night, and you talk out of line though to your pops in front of your boys. You catch one of those, you get hoe checked. It's a hierarchy thing, and I'm cool with it. Actually, I don't think he should get suspended. You reach up, but then again, like we just come from different eras. I think that was nothing. I thought it was gonna be like maybe a overhand. He just bitch slapped him, man. You should be able to punk people. If people talk shit, you should be able to punk them. I mean, there's lines of physicality. I'm not maybe that didn't look close fist to me. That looked like a little bitch slap. Now I'm not for like body. I'd much rather get punched in the face than get spit on. So I think the biggest disrespect, like a suspension for me, would be like if DK would have spit on him, or if DK would have like, swung on him. But DK just pulled him up. He's like, "What you say, ho?" and just bitch slap. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. That's just me though. I don't think that's that bad. But they need a narrative. You know, the NFL needs a narrative, so they got a narrative now. They got something to sell. Yeah, a fine. Same. Yeah, we're soft, man. We're soft. That ain't nothing, dude. He's done for the season? He's done for the season. My boy QJ tried fighting a fan in 2016 against the Jags. They missed for 3 games. Oh, man. Guys, do you know how hard it is being a Cleveland Browns fan? Did you guys see what happened to Quinshawn today? This dude, why am I still a Browns fan, guys? Why the fuck do I still cheer for the Browns? Quinshawn Junkins literally broke his leg, probably tore every ligament. We just saw this happen to Nick Chubb 3 years ago. Quinshawn was having a, a stellar year as a rookie running back on a horrible team. And he gets carted off the field, pounding the turf, broken leg. Ah, it's hard being a Browns fan, boys. Just to let you know. YB, man, I appreciate you supporting. Iska isn't the highest level, but it's legit kickboxing. Just no knees or elbows. This is why our chat's educated. He's teaching us. I believe Tate retired 20 years ago, was always more of a kicker. Okay, that's what I saw. And this is what makes sense to me. So my question though then to YTB and why not fight him in that? Like, I never understand. You know what? I just answered my question. I told one of my a client of mine boxing. So I have this newer client. He's in his late 20s. He's a tech guy. I'm teaching him how to fight, how to box, right? And I was telling him of all sports, of all professional sports in the world, for some reason, men will recklessly say to other men that they know how to box when they've never boxed before versus any other sport. You don't see anyone say, "Yeah, I could ice hockey," or "I could do jiu-jitsu," or "I could play baseball." But how many dudes do you guys kick it with or run across in your life? Every dude thinks that they could box. It's crazy. And then when you put them in, why is it called a square circle? This is when people say they box, the first thing I ask them, and I'll put you on blast. Oh, you box? How long did you box for? Oh, where do you box at? Oh no, I don't go to gyms anymore. I used to have a boxing coach. Oh, what weight class did you fight at? Or how heavy gloves did you used to spar with? Or why do they call it the squared circle? All these little sort of gauges when nobody, they're bullshitting. And on such an international stage with a guy like Tate and his brand, which is built around this sort of like invincibility of primal. I think he talks about being like an apex predator, and then you get found out though when you're like, this dude can't box. What do we talk? Why doesn't he just do that? Why isn't it just a kicking fight then? Bizarre. Unc mess with us on the football tonight. Uh, I'm all right. I'm gonna. You know what? I do got a little sneaky parlay going, Brad, but I didn't want to share it because I don't put as much effort into the football. I don't do film on the football, so I don't want to share all my tickets on the football. I do usually do one a game. I need Bo Nix to throw for 175. I need Jared Goff. See, that Lions game is going to kill me. It's such a low scoring affair. I need Goff to throw a touchdown pass. And CJ Stroud ain't doing shit either, is he? I need Stroud to throw a touchdown pass. But if this all right, all you boys in the Discord, I'm going to post a late game. So we have the NFL. I'll take you up on this, big fella. We have one game left today, don't we? Patriots Ravens. This will be a fucking good game. I will post. We'll do it right now. We'll do it right now. Pats versus Be More parlay. Let's just do this together. We'll see what we can come up with. So I'm going to play this. Okay. So I'm a prop guy. When I bet on NFL, I do props. Okay, so I like doing I'll show you my system. I'll show you my system. It's not for everybody. My shit's weird, dude. I'm not. I hit a lot and I win a lot, but I don't ever tell you I'm the best. I don't ever tell you I'm an expert at this shit. I just grew up playing the sport. I kind of okay. So I do same game multis, right? I'm a prop guy. My system is I go straight to the quarterbacks. So I start, and I played quarterback my whole life. So I played quarterback from the time I was 7 until I was 19. And on defense, I played outside linebacker. But the defense we were running when I was playing outside linebacker, it was more of a cornerback position. You play about a yard and a half off the line, and you're waiting for the run, reading pass option, and then you're dropping back into coverage. So it would have been like almost like a 4-3 defense. This would have been in I started playing American football as a 7-year-old, played my whole life. I love the sport. I never talk about it. American football is my shit. I'm a diehard Ohio State Buckeye fan my whole life, diehard Cleveland Brown fan. So I like strategies. Just like I love boxing, I like the minutia of boxing. I like the science of it. Same with football. So my system is at the quarterback position, and I build my parlays around the quarterbacks. So I'll then go to passing yards. So, and you look at statistics. Dre May's averaging 254. Lamar's averaging 200. So this is a featured game, right? This is the whole nation, the whole country is going to be watching. And there's playoff implications are on the line here too. So, you should get the best of both teams. So, Drake May's coming off a 155 game. 225. See, 225 looks good to me. He's averaging 254. I'm going to take 225 in the air. Even though, what's the weather like in Baltimore, though, right now? I should check that. I got to check that. See, if this were in a dome, I wouldn't have to be thinking about that. But weather in Baltimore, it's probably freaking freezing. I don't think Lamar weather in Baltimore. Both teams are used to playing in the cold, though. East Coast teams. It's 2 degrees. It's freaking freezing. I don't care. I'm gonna roll the dice. We're out here gambling. So Drake May 254. I'm gonna take Drake May at 225. Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna take Lamar at. See, I'm gonna take Lamar at 150. I'm building a parlay around this. Okay, so because I'm taking Drake to throw for more than Lamar, my system, how I do it is now I'm gonna be favoring the Patriots receivers, right? I just want Lamar to cook a little bit. I'll probably pick him to run the ball a little bit as well. But now I'm going to go look at the receivers, right? We already hit passing yards. Let me do passing touchdowns next. And I'm going to lean on, Lamar Jackson. I'm going to take Drake May to throw for 2. I'm going to take Drake May to throw for 2 here, and I'm not going to rely on Lamar to throw for any. Why? Because I'm leaning on Drake May to have more passing yards. So I'm also leaning on him to hit some touchdown passes. Receptions. Zay Flowers, he screwed me in the past. I'm not going to pick any of the Ravens receivers. Steph Diggs, Stephon. They got a nice Ramahandre. They used their running back a bit. Trayvon, I'm going to pick them running the ball. So I'll go Mark Andrews. I'll go their tight end with 2 receptions. I'll go Stephon Diggs with 3 receptions. And now we'll go rushing yards. Derrick Henry averages 80 averages 80. Cold weather game. Derrick Henry usually heats up later in the game too. So if he's heating up later in the game, I'm gonna take him to hit 50 here. My Ohio State Buckeye Travion ran for 148. He might be a little tired. He could have back-to-back big games. I'm gonna take Travion at 52. Right there. And boom. That's all I'm gonna do. All right. It's an 11 leg. Oh, who did I have to clear some people on this? Why is my slip? Oh, it still has my bets from last weekend, from the weekend. So, boom, boom. Shanika Johnson on points. Bumgardner on points. Oh, it's just reminding me of all the bets that we hit. All right, here we go. 7 legs. 7-legger plus 825. This is who I'm rocking with. So, Drake May to throw for 225. Lamar to throw for 150. Drake May to have 2 passing touchdowns. Mark Andrews to have 2 receptions. Stephon Diggs to have 3 receptions. Henry to rush for 50. Travion to rush for 50. 100 will get me my money back plus 825. 7-legger. I'll put this in the Discord too, boys. Havelock, what's up, brother? With the super chat, join YouTube or Patreon. Either one, brother. So Havelock, whatever one that you are more accustomed to using. So traditionally, you join the whatever one you choose. It's the same price, YouTube or Patreon. Whatever one you sign up to, you get access to the Discord. That's the way I have the paywall set up. The reason why I launched the Patreon Havelock is because there's a percentage of the boys here from Russia who, for some reason, Google Analytics, Google doesn't allow them to put their credit card details to sign up on YouTube. So I started the Patreon for those boys and for the boys to, if you don't want to use your YouTube. I have a pretty decent Instagram following. So a lot of the Instagram boys will sign up to the Discord from the Patreon as well. So whichever one you, let's get you on a Julius, let's get you on a live stream this week, all right? Let's I'll send you a DM. I want to talk about the Japanese fights. Damu, appreciate you guys. I'm gonna lock it up. You guys are the best, man. I appreciate you, boys. Thank you.